Hi guys, good evening all. In yesterday's session, we were discussed about a business problem, right? We given a definition of a business problem. What is a business problem? We discussed. We need to identify why customer carrying a low balance. No, what why customers are carrying low balances in the or which customers are carrying low balances in coming months. In coming months, kind of low balance carrying low balance. As the customer is carrying the low balance, what will happen? They may chance to more likely chances to leave the bank. Am I right? Now we need to understand why. What could be the probable reason? Maybe you said because of. Can you tell me because of they are not maintained because you feel the service is not good? Maybe old people are living more, or young people would have lived more, living the bank more. These are our assumptions, right? What are the assumptions we can make with respect to that? We can ask the question. So for that, we are going to discuss a topic called hypothesis generation. We are going to discuss a topic called hypothesis generation. What do you mean by hypothesis generation? Which is very, very important, especially for any project you can take hypothesis, analyzing it, understanding the problem. That is what you need to understand. That is what hypothesis generation. What is hypothesis? Let's understand the meaning of what is hypothesis. Okay. Hypothesis means it is a possible view or a assertion of a data scientist about the problem or he or she is working. It is a simple hypothesis, nothing but a kind of assumption or a kind of view, possible view. There is no guarantee that it can be a true. It may be a true, may not be a true. For example, I said that female customers are more likely chances to carry the low balances. I made this statement. Is there any guarantee this statement is going to be true? May or may not. There is no guarantee. It is not true. It may. We are checking. I said that young stars more likely chances to carry the low balance. For example, age could be one factor. Uh, Lower age income people or lower age group people more likely chances to become the defaulter. Do you know why? Because I just got a job. I feel that I would like to enjoy. I can spend more of credit card usage. Then subsequently we can fall delinquent. Delinquent means not able to repay the. So whatever we just spoken about, these are the 3 to 4 terms. It is all about assumption. It may be true or may not be true. Then what you do? So let's understand why we need hypogeneration. Why we need hypogeneration view. Let's say if we don't use the non-hypothesis, if we don't use the hypothesis, let's say we don't use that means non-hypothesis, right? So what will happen? So you'll collect entire data. You collect entire data, analyze each and every column of a variable in the column. Could lead to narrow vision. For example, could lead to narrow vision. Can you even think about? For example, you collected data. It consists of 25,000 rows. How many rows? 25,000 rows. Let me explain a simple example. You collected data. Let's say you collect the data. This data, what are the data you collected? It consists of, let's say, 25,000 rows with 25,000 rows and 150 columns. Okay. So that's the first step. This is the first step. And what are you going to do? Analyze every variable available. How many variables are available? 150. Do you think it is possible to analyze 150? It may be possible. It may be. So what happened? Maybe because you're thinking about only this 150 variable, your vision, your analysis could lead to only this 150 narrow vision. Right? To overcome this, what to do? It is a kind of bias. Maybe observe that, let's say I have a variable called gender is a variable. Gender is a variable. Male and female. Easy to understand. Age of, let's say you think gender. Next thing, what is next variable is age. What is the next thing? What is the average age of the male customer? What is the average age of female customer? That's what you think, right? Next, what do you think? Let's say our balance. What do you think? What is the average balance of the male customer? What is the average balance of female? Your analysis lead towards the only gender only. By knowing or unknowingly, you fall into the trap. By knowing or unknowingly, fall into the trap. Generally, let's say, if it is a human tendency, You can compare one person with the other person. Hence, it may lead towards the biasness. Lead to the bias. Bias means favoring towards one of the group. Bias is nothing but favoring toward one of the group. You could maybe favor the male. You could may think to favor the female. Why you need to think every time with respect to male, with respect to gender, with the age, with respect to gender, with the balance, gender with the location, gender with the education. What about this? Why you need to think? What about it? You are kind of favor, maybe against or not against. Especially when you are working in the banking area, this is one of the important bias. Your data should not be biased. As your data is a bias, your model also will be a biased model. Favoring to one group, it should not be in the real world. Make sense? Right? As a bias, as well as analyzing large volume of data each variable, it will take a lot of time. To overcome this, what we are going to do? Instead of using the non-hypothesis driven data analysis, we are going to analyze the hypothesis driven analysis. What is that? Hypothesis driven analysis. Okay, now any questions, any doubt, any questions? List of first, before you don't know what data we have. Instead of, as we said, that 150 as in 150 variable, instead of 150 variables, right? So what do you want to think? First, what is the business problem? Let's say we have thinking about gender. What is the business problem? Our business problem is simple. Need to identify which customers are likely chances to carry low balance. Our objective should be towards the low balance. Our objective, our thought process should be towards the low balance. So if you don't, if you're not focusing, you're just thinking about all the variables, your vision not towards the actual target variable or actual intent to analyze. Our target should be intent to analyze. So that is what we clearly mentioned, list of hypotheses before looking at data. What do you need? Why people carry low balances? Is the customers more of students? Could be. Can be possible, right? Think it logically. As a student who is not doing any job, do you think they will have money in their pocket and the bank account? No, definitely no. Majority of them, no. Hence, they will carry low balance. So that means you require data what they are doing currently. What is the job status? What is the job status? Does it make sense? To think. What else? Next. What is their qualification? Job status will tell about their qualification. What about the age? For example, let's say like age, middle age. Let's say family guy who is married and have two kids. As they're going to school, end of the day, as he's working, end of the month, there will be no amount in the pocket. It happens everywhere. Is it that category? Can be right. How frequently is he using the account? Next, more. I mean, let's understand how frequently is using the account. What is the month starting balance? Month end balance? What is the previous opening balance? What is the previous month closing balance? Can also be a matter, right? In the last 3 months, quarterly balance. What is the quarterly balance? Can be a matter, right? So how do you know about? Because just thinking about based on the date, based on the problem, we are thinking about it, right? Similar and specific piece to provide with the unbiased view. What is our unbiased view? Exhaustive set. So exhaustive means hypothesis. We have just made the hypothesis. With respect to that, I must correct the data and check the hypothesis. Does it make sense or not? Whether it is true or false. That's it. Right? Any questions, guys? Any doubt? Any questions? Is it boring? Or any confusion? Because see, these are the questions. Even interview also, as a guy, as a fresher or I'm going to interview, this is the problem. You have to tell like this. So I worked upon it as I talk about machine learning. Let's focus on machine learning at this point. So in the machine learning project, I worked on machine learning project. We got a project, the business objective. Business objective is a business problem, right? Is that to identify the customer who is likely carrying the low balances in the coming months. This is a problem also. So before we collecting the data, we have done as a data scientist team, we have done the hypothesis. These are the set of hypotheses we have made. We made almost 100 hypotheses. Let's give an example of 20 hypotheses. Then you'll get impressed. If you really worked on it, I'll give a set of data how to check also. Why do we need hypothesis generation? Because because we need to get the taste of the data. We need to solve the actual problem. We need to know why people are carrying. So what do? There should be a discussion happen between the stakeholders. Stakeholders is nothing but client with respect to data science team. Okay, we are assuming that this is the. Do you think is it correct? They may give their opinion, right? They may give their opinion. You should have discussed with the stakeholder. This is what we are thinking. For an example, we said that let's say age and education are the variables are considered in the model. Let's say gender. As per banking industry, banking area, these variables should not be part of risk assessment. You cannot discriminate any customer based on their gender. What do you mean by discriminate? As it is a male, because of that, I cannot give a loan. As she is a female, because of that, I cannot give a loan. This is a discrimination we cannot use. Right? There is gender. Why? What is the purpose? Is it possible to use? Right? This is a kind of question. For example, they have said that they want understand. Maybe because of location also can be carrying the low balances. For example, person is living in a village. Person is living in a village who do not have any job, who just do kind of some basic work, daily daily wage, basically. Daily labor or daily wage, you can call it. Do you think will he or she maintain a good balance in their account? Definitely no. That means location is a variable which also could impact your business object. I've given a few examples, right? Can you think any other example like that? Like this? Come on, guys, come on, think it. Lahari, Harshita, Pavitra, Namo. Can you think any other example, guys? Rajit, Ramya, Uday, Amini, Varun, Shahid. Can you think any other example?
Number of family dependents.
Family depend. Yes, could be possible. More dependent, definitely expenses would be more
Yep.
likely chances to carry the low balances. Very good. Like similarly,
Number of EMIs.
EMIs, that means how do you know about the EMIs? Let's say it is a bank, right? In a particular bank you are solving, the person could have the EMI in another bank. How do you get the data?
Sir,
CIBIL
occupation,
score based on
Sorry.
CIBIL score.
occupation.
CIBIL score. Again, we need to spend more money, right, to get that records.
Yep.
Sir,
Next.
unemployed bachelors, sir.
Sorry, sir. Go ahead. One by one.
Unemployed bachelors. Like who doesn't have any job.
Bachelors. That means the marital status.
Yeah. And
Why bachelors
they
would
don't
have
have any
more?
job.
Why bachelor would carry low balance? Any reason specific? Your point of view?
Sir, because like I mentioned that unemployed, sir. They don't have any job.
Unemployed. In unemployed, there is no guarantee bachelor, right? Married person can also be a unemployed, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay, unemployed. Yes, good point. Next, annual income. That means lower the annual income, highly likely chances to carry the low balances. That's what it means. Okay, very good. What else?
Their transaction values per
Transaction. That's
month.
already we covered, right? Previous balance, current balance, month, transaction, and
Other loans.
Sir, and we can also consider single parents, sir, like either mother or father. Either one will be there, right? So for them, they can maintain low balance. They
Why?
may maintain. So if only mother is there, if father is not there, so obviously, yes, sir. Like divorced, we can tell divorced or something or expired or something. We can take that.
Okay, let's see. We'll discuss about this. Very good. At least started thinking about it. I'm really happy for it. So who else can be part of this hypothesis generation? Marketing team. Because ultimately they are going to work upon, right? And the sales team. Marketing team is different. Sales team who sell the product. Involve all the relevant team or people in the brainstorming process. Okay. Let's understand. This is just understanding about the. So how do you perform the hypothesis generation? So for your easy understanding, I divided into 4 parts. I divided it into 4. So this is based on purely my experience. I created it. Purely my experience. So everyone have a doubt. So how to create the hypothesis? We have given a lot of example, but potentially what else we need to consider into our analysis? Potentially what all we need to consider into our analysis. Let's understand what is the problem. What customer segment more likely to churn balance? Low balance means churn in the next quarter. assuming that considering 50% of them living, that means our total portfolio is what is the total portfolio yesterday we discussed, right?
4,25,000.
We have total portfolio is 4,25,000. Very interesting. So we need to more likely to churn balances in the next quarter. Assuming, considering 50% of them, at least 50% of them are living, are carrying a low balance, 50% of them. So, which means out of 4,25,000, 50% is nothing but 2 lakhs, 212. It is a huge number. This is the main concern company is facing. 50% means 50% of the portfolio is shaking. Right? That is the reason they are working, they are worrying now to build this. Now, how do we deal? Right? So I divided into four parts. First one, I have given an example of demograph. What all comes under the demograph? It could be generally name, I can say address, age, location, education, gender. These all comes under the demographical feature. Next is the behavioral. Next is the psychographical. Where is it? Why it is not? Okay. Psychographical, behavioral, and behavioral and psychological. So demographical means first one. I'm assuming there is no guarantee it may be true or false. First one, we have a gender, which is discussed already, male or female. Are females less likely to churn than males? What does that mean? Female customers are less likely to churn as compared to male. Is it true? We don't know. We are thinking. It may be other prospects also. Male customers are less likely to churn as compared to female also. Can be possible. Young customers, young, old, middle age, young customers are more likely to churn. We don't know. We are assuming. Our customer located in tier 1, like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, like this. Tier 1 cities are more likely to churn. Are married people less likely to churn? Maybe they are paying the labor, going to the tension. Right? Vintage customers. Vintage customer means the customer is having a bank account with the bank for longer tenure, for more than 10 years, more than 5 years, more than 6 years, are less likely to churn. Are vintage customers, right? Next, our customer with a higher average balance, higher average balance. Balance also discussed, right? Our customer dropping monthly balance, month-on-month balance is decreasing, more likely chances to churn. Customer with a dependent, less likely to attack. That means churn. To customer who spend more on psychographical, who spend more on travel, more likely to churn. Do customers that have interest in sports more likely to churn? Do customers go move often? I will let the chances to, right? Now I said another examples, few more examples. Are the customer with the graduates, educated people? Are the customer with the lower income bracket? Are homeowners, property holders, own house? Are customers who have no property, more likely to churn? Are customers who recently unfollowed on social media? Could be. Are the customers who closed a business loan prematurely more close to likely chances to churn? Are customers that are passion shoppers, right? Are customers who switch jobs frequently? Are the customers who are avid gamers, interest more in gamers, bikers, like that? Other factors could be customer getting lower rate of interest from fixed deposit compared to competitor bank. For example, you put the money in 3 lakhs in fixed deposit. Current bank is giving 6.5%. The competitor, another bank like HDFC is giving 6.5%. Like Bank of America is giving 7.5%. Then definitely will switch more. Customer will incurring high rate of interest. Education. You have education on home loan. The current bank they are charging more. Competitor is giving a lesser interest rate. Then definitely will change. Compared to that, customer getting low interest rate in the recurring deposits. Others will for more better interest rate. So these are the questions. These are the set of questions I prepared. Now, sir, only these questions. Do you have any other thing? So entirely, I created almost 150 questions. Almost 150 questions I created. So, like demographical, see what are the things are female customers are less likely chance, young customer, tier 1, married, older, lower income, middle income, bachelors are more prone to churn, dependent customer with average family size, Customers staying in a giant family, at homeowners, customer with no property, people with a disability, or customer with two or more cars, right? Customer who own no cars, graduate degree, no college degree, living outside of the country, holding a life insurance scheme, are people living closer to a bank? Closer to a bank, less likely chances to live, right? Right? Customer holding a term insurance scheme are less likely to chances to live, right? So can you think about these examples once? Demographic. Does it make sense? What is that? People with a disability less likely to attire. Attire means churn. Because you let's say open the account, again they go and stand in the queue. It is not possible, right? While we are discussing, no one has mentioned this. Alright. So this is what the prospect you need to think of. This is the prospective we need to think of. Right. Next, similarly, vintage customers. Vintage is nothing but the customer who are staying longer tenure basically. For example, let's say anyone working in this group, anyone
Yes, sir.
working, anyone having more than 10 years
5 to 6, I have seen.
apart from you, Deepak, Ramya, how many years of experience you have? Definitely, I think more than 6, 7. Who else? Shahid, Nahid,
Yes, sir,
Sir,
3.5 years.
6.5. Are you anyone working in the same company from last 6 years? Imagine a scenario. Forget about this. As I've seen, the majority of them do not have a own house. I mean, you would have in the village in hometown, but in Bangalore, Hyderabad, majority of them do not have. Let's say you started a family. You let's say you started a family. In that case, you started a family in a house. You were staying the same house for the 10 years. Do you think will you plan to change the house? Unless until you buy a new house. No, no, right? Similarly, kids, we joined in one school, unless until they're not good about the school, you are not intent to change. Similarly, you are in working in an organization, already spent 8 to 10 years. You think, oh, let me continue here. I got comfortable. Everything's okay for me. You don't want change it, right? Now, any questions, guys? Any doubt? Right now, any questions? Any doubt? Any questions? Any doubt? Okay. Any questions? Any doubt? No. Okay. Let's say higher average balance. You're maintaining a good average balance, less likely to churn. For example, dropping month-on-month balance, more likely chances to churn. Yesterday, I gave the example of telecom, how many calls you made. Customer who use the net banking, less likely to churn. Every bank almost charges same prices. Why I need to go with another bank, right? Customer who do frequent digital transactions like phone pay, GPay, right? Right. The customer who hold a government schemes. For example, you open an account, PPF, Public Provident Fund, NPS with a particular bank. You never thought to close a bank. Again, I need to change my bank account. Let's say, right. Customer who hold a credit card, particular bank. Let's like customer who taken a house loan from a particular bank. Customer taken a car or vehicle loan, less likely to churn, right? Customer have taken a business loan. Customer taken an education loan, like lot of examples I've given. So customer who have large withdrawal amount the last quarter more likely to churn. So customer with less or the 10 or more transaction last month more likely to churn. Customer invest stock market from customer holding a fixed deposit. Right, customer who close a recurring deposit prematurely more close to churn. Customer holding a without demat account more likely to churn. Right, how do you know all? Because just think logically. Customer who frequently will rush less likely to. I mean, generally think everything by applying the common sense only. I've gathered all the information. I'll share with all of you. Psychographical, more loyal, likely chance, interest in sports, right? Gave us stock market. Do customers who follow stock market closely more likely to churn? Right. Who do not pick up a bank cost more likely to churn? Right. Customer getting low interest rate, other factor. So this is how any process you got any process for especially for the machine learning. The way I collected the factors, you also need to gather these based upon this. Okay, I need this data from the customer. You have to ask. This is how you'll ask the questions. Now that's all about this. In tomorrow we will talk about data collection, how to collect the data and all. Okay. Thank you.